Look, the press is incredibly important. I think the press helps democracy. I think the press helps America. I've said in the public corruption context, and I'll say also in the financial fraud context, that reporters who can do investigative work and shine a light on bad activities, it's really important. And we have brought cases in the past, and other prosecutors' offices and regulators have brought cases because sometimes it's the press that hits upon some bad conduct. It was the press that pointed out that members and staff of Congress may not be susceptible to the same insider trading laws as other people, and that law passed like a hot knife through butter. So it's important. At the same time, though, my worry is that the press is not as responsible as it always needs to be. We're prosecutors. We have a lot of power, and with a lot of power comes a lot of responsibility. And the same is true of the press. I mean, the press is the only private industry, as I remember, that is actually mentioned in the Constitution. It is fraught with a lot of responsibility, and I think a lot of people in the press, most people in the press, do a good job. What I worry about in the financial press is that there are a lot of people who think that the best scoop to get and the best thing to report on is to say 8 minutes before it's happening that so-and-so is going to be indicted, or so-and-so is going to be charged, or so-and-so is not subject to a particular statute of limitations, which I guess is interesting. It's fun reading. But A, it's not always right. B, it sometimes destroys reputations when they shouldn't be destroyed, and mistakes are made. And the reason we're careful about what we say publicly is precisely that reason. And I think better energy would be, the better way to expend energy often would be, and there's a lot of great reporting like this, to show where there's bad conduct happening, where there's fraud happening, where people are not paying attention to things, whether it's in the pharmaceutical industry or the hedge fund industry or somewhere else, so that we can then bring our efforts to bear on that. And simply being a day ahead of who's going to be arrested and at what place, and having cameras outside, I'm not sure if that accomplishes a lot for the public.
Well, how do these stories appear? I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've read this story that, let's use elephant in the room, that Steve Cohen, that you've made a deal and the deal has made it so that there will not be a prosecution. Do you laugh when you read those articles? You say, like, wow, this is unbelievable, from thin air. I can't believe I'm reading this.
Yeah, again, not referring to any particular case.
Yeah,
I laugh a lot, and I like to laugh. Laughing is good for the soul. And I'm somewhat quizzical about it. Every once in a while, I send an email to folks in recent times saying, I don't understand how this is being reported, because I'm pretty confident that I'm the one making this decision, and I'm pretty confident that I haven't made a decision on this, so I don't know how it's being reported that way. And there's every once in a while you have, I apologize for using this term, there are weasel words in the story, and someone writes a headline that makes it sound like a decision has been made or a thing has happened, and you read in the body of the article, 8, 9, 10 paragraphs down, it's likely or unlikely that something's going to happen, and that tells me that it's not someone from my office who's talking about it. It's people who are engaging in speculation. A lot of people know about cases. There are, and sometimes it's the other side. Sometimes people want to get ahead of a story, which is not to say that anybody is leaking in particular, but it's unfortunate that these things happen in the press. And like I said before, most importantly, and I don't know if they're reporters here, but you know who you are, who have reported that particular people are going to be arrested, and those reputations, and they have not been, because there was not sufficient evidence to do so, and they bear a responsibility for ruining reputations when they shouldn't have been ruined.
Well, is it possible that someone can say off the record to a journalist, I just met with Preet Bharara, he's giving me a pass?
Conversation between Jim Cramer and you.